Forget that dirty floor. When our show is on, housework is a bore on Cut Sharks. And here's the host of Cut Sharks, Jim Perry.
Thank you, Jack. Thank you. Thank you very much. And welcome to Card Sharks. Thank you for joining us at home. Keenwood, thank you. Well, I guess most of the time housework is a bore, but we thank you for taking a little time out and joining us. Hope you're going to play along. The opening poem sent in by Sheila Mosley of Clay City, Illinois, watching us on WTWO Channel 2. Thank you, Sheila. Now let's open up the board and get to business. We'll get to the cards. Go ahead. And as Janice and Kristen start loading in the cards, we'll meet our Card Sharks. Toby Smith, the champion. Toby, good to see you again.
Good to be here.
Why don't you again tell us about you?
Okay, I'm a native Californian and a single guy, and I work in Los Angeles. I'm a sales manager, and in the wintertime, I like to ski. I teach skiing. I teach little blind children and also everybody else, but I like teaching the blind kids. That's a lot of fun. Summertime, I load up the car with my beach blanket and my towel and my tennis racket and my golf clubs, and you don't see me.
Sounds nice. Now, we didn't talk about that, but someone told me about that. You teach blind people
well, you bring
ski.
Young children up, and they, they go by the back. They'll go, one in front of the other one.
And they can enjoy it as much as the sight.
They have more fun.
That's nice. That's good work. It's nice to see you working with other people, Toby. And Toby's won $2,100 here in cash. Lori Harding is our challenger. Hi, Lori. Nice to see you again.
Nice to see you.
Lori, who was raised on top of a donut shop. You've got to tell us again about you, Lori, because it's fascinating.
Oh, yeah. Well, my name's Lori Harding, and I was raised in a donut shop, and I've been married for 2.5 years. And, boy, my husband, he's the donut maker now. He's in it, too.
Oh, you got him in the business, too,
He's in the business, boy, I'll tell you.
And you met him by overhearing a CB radio call, right?
No, I made the call.
I see. Sending out a little, hello there, fellas. Hello, sailor. And there he came by, right?
That's the way it is.
All right, nice to have you back. You both got your cards at the beginning of the match?
Sure did.
All right, we'll pick up where we left off. We played the best 2 games out of 3. As we left off, Lori, the challenger, won game number 1. And looking at the board in game 2, Toby has moved over now with a 7 as a base card, needs 3 cards. Lori also with a not too good a base card of 7, needs 4 cards. Oh, no. Someone's going to have a long way to go because when we left off, this is sudden death. Someone has to win the game on this play of the cards. And Lori, the question goes to you.
Okay.
Lori, we asked 100 men, when you were a kid, did you ever play doctor with the little girl next door? How many men did play doctor with the little girl next door?
Well, I'll tell you, I've got 2 brothers, and I know they did it. So I think quite a few people do it. So I'm going to say, I'll say about 43.
43 out of 100 men said, yeah, they played doctor with the little girl next door.
Well, I remember doing it, but they never let me wear the stethoscope, wherever it was. So I said, forget it. I'm not going to play. I don't
think you enjoyed the game very much.
43, boy, that seems a little low. I think it's higher. I think more guys played.
Higher. If it's higher, you have control in sudden death. If not, it'll be Lori. The actual number of men who played doctor with the little girl next door is 46. It is high. Toby has control. Sudden death. Toby, you can play it for 3 cards or force Lori for 4.
Lori, honey?
What?
Go ahead.
You're going to pass it. Lori, if you get all 4 of these cards, you are the new champion. But if you make one mistake, Toby wins the game and ties up the match with a 7. What do you say?
Let's see. I'm going to go higher.
Higher than a 7. No, it's not. And right away, Toby wins the game and ties up the match. Getting control in sudden death, the champion ties things up. And that means we set up for the tiebreaker. Game 3, just 3 cards up there, 3 questions here. We start the tiebreaker with a question to you, Toby.
Okay.
Toby, our man on the street, went to Mexico City, where he asked 100 men, can too much education ruin a good woman? How many men in Mexico said yes, too much education can ruin a good woman?
The question is good, because it's hard to find a good woman. I think that...
Just send the mail to Toby, friends. Thank you.
Nothing wrong. I would say that it's tough to tough to say that about good women. I'm going to say
Go ahead, bail yourself out, Toby.
Yeah.
How
You want
many
me to
men in
swim?
Mexico said too much education can ruin a good woman?
Oh, I'd say no more than 35 would say that. No more than 35.
35 out of 100. Lori, higher or lower?
Well, I'll tell you, Mexico's a little bit behind. And I'll tell you, they want them working, and they want to say they know everything, the Mexican men. So I'm going to say I'm going to say it's higher.
Higher. Okay.
I'm going to say it's higher.
Okay. 35 and higher. The actual number of men in Mexico who said too much education can ruin a good woman is 28. It's not higher, it's a little bit lower. Toby has it.
Come on, cards.
And
Let's go,
Toby
baby.
starts the tiebreaker.
Oh, yeah! Lower.
Ace, a 4.
Higher, everything higher.
Championship
Higher.
No! A great card fails the champion, and Lori with a big break and a 10.
Let's go lower.
Lower than a 10. No. Chance of filling the spaces. No one could do it on that one. Question to you, Lori. Lori, we surveyed 100 prison inmates. These are all men who are currently serving time in San Quentin prison. And we asked them, did the violence portrayed on television influence you to commit your crimes? How many inmates said yes?
Well, you know, I think most of them say it was the environment they were brought up in, you know, the streets and all that. I don't really think it was the television that did it that much. So I'm going to say it's a low number. I'm going to say 29.
29 out of 100 said that violence on television did influence them to commit their crimes. Toby?
Well, I think, you know, they're probably 30 to 35 age group. They watch television all their lives. They saw it. She says 29. I'm going to go a little lower, though. I really think I'm going to go lower because environment is...
You say lower.
I think so.
Of course, the key to the question is how do they feel about their crimes? Let's
Yeah.
find out. The actual number of inmates who think the violence on television influenced them to commit crimes is 51. Not lower, it is higher. More than half blame television, partly at least. And Lori, do you want that 10?
No, I don't. Change that card.
Changing it to a king.
All right, let's go lower.
Lower than a king. Oh, an ace and again. A great card fails, and Toby with a big break off the ace.
Okay, cards, you got to be lower. You
Lower
got
than
to
the
be
ace.
lower.
A 3.
Oh, you got to be higher.
For the
Please,
championship?
come on.
No! Another 3. Everybody with great cards, and no one can do anything about it. And now an ace and a king as base cards.
Oh, boy.
Sudden death in the tiebreaker. It could not be closer. Toby, we asked 100 single women. Have you ever come home from a first date thinking this could be the start of something big, and then the rat never called you again?
Oh.
How many single women said, yeah, that's happened to
I
them?
think in person I've been the rat a couple times. I'd say a lot. You know, you always get your expectations up. You're excited, and I'm going to say 75 women.
75
happened
out
to
of 100 single women said, yeah, that's happened to them, Lori.
Well, I'll tell you, you know, it's happened to me, too. You know, I think it's happened to almost everybody, you know, and they just come out just...
Sure, you got
know
on
how
the
that
CB
goes.
radio and nobody answered, Lori. That was...
That's the way it is, I'll tell you. So I'm going to, you know, but that 75 is a high number. Boy, I'm going to go lower.
Little lower.
I'm going to go lower.
This decides control as we go right down to the wire. The actual number of single women who have come home from a date thinking this could be the start of something, then never heard from the guy again, is 49. Lori has it. Lori, it's only 2 cards, but so far no one's been able to do it. You've got control in sudden death. Play it or pass it.
I'm going to play it, and I'm going to say it's lower.
Now, if you make a mistake, the championship belongs to Toby. You must get them both. She says lower. Oh, no! It is not, and Toby wins it in sudden death. Oh, my goodness. Nobody could do it with a great card. Lori, I really don't blame you for playing it, but it failed you. $100 in cash and some nice party gifts. You're a nice lady. A lot of fun. Thank you, Lori. Lori Harding and Toby Smith, come on down here. Toby, when she got control with that king, did you think you were going to be standing here?
I'm sending out positive vibes all the time, so I got to do it that way.
Toby Smith goes for a lot more with the money cards coming up right after this.
I can't believe those.
Well, after a sensational match where it didn't look like anybody wanted to win it there for a while, Toby Smith won it. Did you cut the money cards?
Oh, I certainly did.
Let's get over there and play them. Come on, Toby. Hop on up. Well, after a great win, let's top it off. We're going to give you $200 of new money. 3 cards on the bottom line to bet as you will. Move up to the second level. We add another $200 of betting money. 3 more cards. Remember, the minimum bet's $50 till you get to the top card, the big bet, where you must risk at least half the money.
Okay.
You want a tough struggle? Let's top it off with some big money.
Got to do it.
Good luck.
To do
Here's $200.
Come on, cards.
And you can change the base card on each level. Thank you, Kristen. We'll start Toby off with... And a good card. All right, Toby, you've got $200 and a good base card at Queen.
Got to be 150 lower.
$150.
150 lower. Come on.
This card is lower than the Queen. No. Again, good cards are giving you problems.
That's all right.
All right, come on, let's go.
All right, well, we got to have $50. It's got to be lower.
Got
to be lower.
Lower than a king. Yes, for the king.
Got $100 says it's going to be higher.
Get it back to 200 if this is higher.
Yeah, all right.
Well, a false start, but a little comeback as we move up to 9 and give you the other $200.
I want you to change that card, friend.
$400. He wants to change it. Well, you're playing a 9, Toby.
Okay, I'll tell you, the Lord of the Cards is telling me lower.
How much money?
Excuse me, it's going to be for $50 on the way.
Minimum bet, $50 lower.
All right.
450 and a 6.
Okay, 450. I got $50 says it's going to be higher.
Still, he doesn't like it too much. $50 higher. He's right again. 500, and you're even more near the middle.
Hey, it's going good. I got $100 says it's going to be higher.
Over to 7. $100.
Sure.
Higher. Wow, not too good of cards, but come on, let's bail something out here.
All right, change the card, please.
And let's see, you deserve a good one after the ones you had.
Thank you.
Oh, that's better. Toby, you've got to bet at least 200. You've got 400 and a 5.
I got $200 says it's going to be higher.
All right, $200.
Come on.
Is this
come on,
higher than a 5?
Yeah, all right.
Well, not the greatest cards, but $600, 200 in the game. That is $800, Toby. Come on down here. And that does get your winnings up to $2,900 in cash, and that's not too bad. Toby will meet a new challenger in a moment. Right now, we're going to take time out for this. But I've got a picture in my closet that never changes. We're dealing out 2 brand new decks of cards. Here comes a new challenger on Card Shark. Beulah Kuntz. Hello, Beulah. Welcome.
How are you?
I'm fine.
Good.
Won't you tell us about you?
Well, I'm Beulah Langner from West Columbia, Texas. I'm originally from West Columbia. Now I live in L.A. I'm a housewife with 2 beautiful children, Jeff and Teresa. And I love football.
Oh, good.
You know why?
Why?
Because I like the football players. Yeah.
Do you women check the football, I mean, the pants, the football players and all when they're out there in the field? Is that...
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, they look at you. I mean, why not look at them?
Well, I may have gotten your name wrong, Beulah. I introduced you as Beulah Kuntz. Is it Kuntz?
Beulah Kuntz. Beulah Langner's my not my middle name. Well, I say Beulah Langner Kuntz.
Oh.
Langner was my maiden name. Kuntz is my married name.
Oh.
But see, Kuntz is so country. Beulah's country, but add Kuntz to it, it sounds really country.
I'm sure glad I asked that question, aren't you?
And you got to answer.
Nice to have you here. You cut your cards?
I sure
Then
did.
good luck. And Toby the surfer and skier and Beulah the football player lover, start the match with a question to Toby.
Okay.
Toby, we found 100 newlywed women. These are all women who have been married less than 6 months. And we asked them, on your wedding night, did you make any unusual discoveries about your husband? How many newlywed women said they did?
Do you relate to that, Jim?
I guess. You had to better mention that.
I think that, as we are today...
It just paints a picture.
I know. I know what it paints. I think that they have been with their man for a long time before 6 months, and the only surprise is probably how tired both of them are that night. I don't think any other surprises. I'm going to say about 15 women were surprised, no more than that.
15 out of 100 newlywed women said, yeah, they made an unusual discovery. Beulah?
Well, I agree that women are not going to find as much surprises because they've already done it before they got married. Most women do it with the man they're going to marry, but it's the truth, you know? So they're not going to find hardly anything, any surprises. So I'm going to think it's going to be a little bit...
old. I really think I'm just...
A little bit lower.
A little bit lower. Okay. The actual number of newlywed women who made an unusual discovery about their husband on their wedding night is 13. For whatever the reason, Beulah is right. That starts the match with an ace.
There's an ace, so I'm going to go lower.
Lower than the ace. Yes, a jack.
Oh, a jack, a jack, a jack. Let's go lower.
Lower than a jack. A two.
Okay, we're going to go higher.
Higher than a two. A three. For the first game of the match? No. She was coaxing them along, and that last card would not turn over. Toby, a free chance at a 7.
7. Oh, it's got to be higher. Got to be higher.
7. No. Janice has got a lot of cards to fill in. Beulah was really wishing Toby well. Yay, you missed it. We'll be right back. Hi there, Bunky. He knows all those hep expressions like 23s could do, right? We're in the middle of game 1. Toby with a 7 as a base card. Beulah with an ace. We pick up with question 2, and it goes to you, Beulah. Beulah, we asked 100 people this past year, has your income kept up with inflation? How many people said their income has kept up with inflation?
No way. Nobody's income's going to keep up with inflation. It's going so fast. So I'm going to say that's a really low number of 5.
5 out of 100 people said their income has kept up
Well,
with
I got to
inflation.
figure out, of 100 people, there's got to be more than 5 people who made more money than they did last year, and it has to be 30% higher to equal out. But it's got to be higher than 5.
You say a little higher.
Yeah.
The actual number of people who said their income has kept up with inflation is 11. It's a little higher, but it is a very, very low number that has. Toby, you've got a 7.
You got to change the card for me.
Meaning the question, you can change it.
Yes,
a good change.
indeed. Okay, Kings, do me right this time. Go lower, would you?
Lower. It is a...
Yeah. Hey, go lower again, would you?
Lower.
Yeah, go higher, would you?
A 2.
Go higher, would you?
For the first game of the match.
Yeah.
Beulah went almost all the way across. Toby did go all the way across. As a matter of fact, I think it was the same sequence with a 2 and a 3. Only Beulah couldn't do it, and Toby did. So it is game 1 to the champion, $100. And we'll set up for game 2. Same 2 decks of cards. And as I often say, if you can remember what's been played, it can be a help. Toby,
yes, sir.
We asked 113-year-old boys, have you ever gotten dizzy from trying to smoke one of your dad's cigars? How many 13-year-old boys said, yeah, they've gotten dizzy from trying to smoke one of Dad's cigars?
If it was L.A., they'd get dizzy breathing the air. A cigar would be nothing. Cigars, the whole thing. 13 is the right age to smoke them. I'd say they don't want to admit it, though, so I'm going to say about 35 of those kids got dizzy when they were smoking.
35 out of 100 got dizzy smoking Dad's cigar.
Okay, kids experiment. And when you first smoke a cigarette...
I gathered that a couple of questions ago. Yeah.
Okay, when you smoke a cigarette for the first time or a cigar, you're going to get dizzy because you're not used to it. So I'm going to say that's going to be a little bit higher.
Higher.
Right.
Okay.
I believe her, whatever she says, friends. 35 and higher. The actual number of 13-year-old boys who've gotten dizzy trying to smoke one of their dad's cigars is 5. That's all. That's 5. And it's Toby.
I know those kids.
Toby said, see, I know those kids. And he starts with a 10.
Oh, change it, would you? Those 10s aren't happening.
Getting rid of the 10?
Yeah.
Much better.
All right. Come on, baby. You've got to be lower.
Lower than
lower.
a 3.
Yes, got to be higher.
Higher than a 5. No. This time. Yeah, Beulah just realized she's got a free chance at a 4.
Okay, we're going to go higher.
Higher than a 4. A 6.
Freeze.
And this time, Beulah's not going to take any chances.
No
She takes
way,
a
Jose.
one-card advantage, and we'll be right back, y'all. Yeah?
The stakes are high, so it pays to go slow. Play your cards right, and you might win the show. Card Sharks. Wild game, witty poetry. Tonight at 11:30 Eastern, 8:30 Pacific.
Because...
Due to a technical difficulty, Toby's first bet was recreated. This is Gene Wood speaking for Card Sharks. A Mark Goodson, Bill Todman production.
Yes, a jack.
Oh, a jack, a jack, a jack. Let's go lower.
Lower than a jack. A 2.
Okay, we're going to go higher.
Higher than a 2. A 3. For the first game of the match? No. She was coaxing them along, and that last card would not turn over. Toby, a free chance at a 7.
7. Oh, it's got to be higher. Got to be higher.
7. No. Janice has got a lot of cards to fill in. Beulah was really wishing Toby well. Yay, you missed it. We'll be right back. Hi there, Bunky. He knows all those hep expressions like 23s could do, right? We're in the middle of game 1. Toby with a 7 as a base card. Beulah with an ace. We pick up with question 2, and it goes to you, Beulah. Beulah, we asked 100 people this past year, has your income kept up with inflation? How many people said their income has kept up with inflation?
No way. Nobody's income's going to keep up with inflation. It's going so fast. So I'm going to say that's a really low number of 5.
5 out of 100 people said their income has kept up
Well,
with
I got to
inflation.
figure out of 100 people, there's got to be more than 5 people who made more money than they did last year, and it has to be 30% higher to equal out. But it's got to be higher than 5.
So you say a little higher.
Yeah.
The actual number of people who said their income has kept up with inflation is 11. It's a little higher, but it is a very, very low number. That